Hello everyone, welcome to Boondock Dwayne's RV Show. I'm going to do a video where I elaborate on a previous video, and it was a short, but this is regarding the direct 12 volt positive circuit to any 12 volt compressor fridge. Does not matter if it's a Furrion, a Norcold, a Dometic, a RecPro. This is just something you need to do. It helps stabilize all current going to the fridge power. So I'm going to get right into this video and not dally. Okay, I want to elaborate on the direct circuit for a 12 volt compressor fridge. Doesn't matter if it's a Furrion, doesn't matter if it's a Dometic, a RecPro, any of them, the 12 volt compressor fridges, all have been susceptible to surges and overcurrents. The original Furrion solar controllers that were in Brinkley's, there was a recall. On tech work, we have seen that the Furrion fridge was getting anywhere from 15 to 26 volts in some cases. And of course, if you look at the spec, it is 14.6 maximum. So some of the other electrician and techs like myself, we're also noticing we don't see really any active 12 volt power regulation going to that control board on the fridge or the Furrion Chill HE like the front bedroom AC on a Brinkley Z series. So this, I believe, is a great mod. Everyone that we have done, and we just do it on solar installs or of course any tech for the fridge, we just install this. Everyone who has done this has not had any more fridge issues. Our fridge is set at 36. Our freezer is at -8. And on the two thermometers in each side of the fridge, they are basically -8. And our fridge side is 36 degrees all the time. So we have had no problems now for 20 months since we did have to replace that first fridge. And I dug into this deep. So as far as the install, here, it's just one of these auto reset. This, of course, is for my D-Max brake slipper. Put that in. I have no problem with that one. But right here is where the 30 amp reset breaker was. And this is our main bus bar for the whole 12 volt system on a Brinkley that Brinkley installs. So you just basically remove that auto reset and you make a new 8 gauge AWG wire. This goes right to my 12 volt bus bars. I do have a 24 12 volt system. And the other two wires, and people ask, most of the time they're yellow and white. I redid mine with this red wire. But those are for the LED amber light that shows that the breaker is tripped up behind the fridge in that cabinet. So you definitely want that. So it's basically removing the auto reset, making a new positive wire, going to your batteries. If you have the original battery box, just use an 8 gauge wire and go right to the positive post. No big deal. I have bus bars. I am going to link a set of bus bars. Doesn't hurt to have a set of bus bars to add on more 12 volt circuits or anything. So I'll put a link for that. But this is the Bus brand 30 amp manual reset breaker. And it's pretty simple. You just move your input to your input side. You're not going to have this. You're going to make a new wire. And then this goes to the fridge. So input, output, reset. Now I can shut my fridge off. If I had to do a reset, I just shut it off here. The original install in Brinkley's with the Furrion solar controller, there was no solar disconnect. So you were just on. If you wanted to really work on your fridge or your 12 volt system, you had to go do it, throw blankets over your solar panels, or you had to do it at night because it was just 12 volt live. No matter what you do, as far as your travel disconnect or trailer disconnect, there was no way to shut off that controller. So if you're in the sun, it's running. The other thing I recommend, I highly recommend, just get rid of the Furrion and go to a Victron. This is a blue solar. I have a dongle for that. But go to the Victron, get a smart solar, use the Victron Connect app, see what your trailer's really doing. Get a Victron smart bus shunt. Here's my 12 volt one. This is my 24 volt. The other thing I want to elaborate on is you should have breakers in and out. Yes, there's a fuse on the roof for the solar, but you should have breakers in and out to be able to kill that power to either source. So this is my PV in. This is my from the controller out to the batteries, and I'm able to turn those on and off as I need. I'll link that one box that has both of them in there. Again, you're just going out of from your roof, you're going into the breaker, then out to the input, the PV input of your controller, then the battery out is going to go to the input in. Of course, I have a Lynx and a 24-volt system, but it's the same principle. In and out, so you can control that. Now you also are going to have control to this, to your fridge directly. The whole point is to get that fridge onto the batteries, which act more as a capacitor to regulate the surge and the load going to it. Everyone that we've done, everyone that I know, there's been posts in the Brinkley groups who has done this mod, now has much better controlled temperatures in their Furrion Arctic fridge, and they've had no issues. Knock on batteries, knock on the breaker. I think it's a mod everyone should do. I think everyone should go to a Victron controller, and that's why Brinkley now uses Victron equipment, because it's the best. Please call me, hit me up, FaceTime, whatever we need to do. Anything I can do to help a family member, I will. Be safe, camp on. Okay, everybody. If you have any questions, you need help with anything, please feel free to contact me. Could even do a FaceTime. I'm willing to help out any RV family member. Anything you need, give me a call. I want to make a side note. I am working on some type of product that would be very, very trustworthy as far as making a complete 12-volt power regulation for your trailer. It would need to be able to do the max load current of one of these compressor fridges, even up to 30 amps, even though you don't get there, but it should. And then also 12-volt regulation for any of these ACs, the units that don't have power regulation. I'm not talking about a Chill Cube or a Gree or a Turb Greenland, which are all inverters. I'm talking about standard air conditioners that have the board failures. Anyways, if you like my content, please like and subscribe. Be safe and camp on, everyone.